A Wisconsin court case that helps decide which lawmakers represent you will head back to a lower court. This comes after the Supreme Court issued a decision on the case today. Rose Schmidt is here to explain what it all means to you. Rose?
That's exactly right. And it's interesting how this is making not only local news here, but also national news. Democrats told me today they don't see this as a loss for their party. They just feel like the justices need more information to make an informed decision. Republicans, though, are confident and pleased with the decision, even though there hasn't yet been a definitive ruling. To put it bluntly, the Supreme Court made a decision not to decide Monday on a Wisconsin court case.
They basically, again, just punted on any underlying questions of the constitutionality of this and didn't say anything about whether gerrymandering is okay or not.
Political science professor David Cannon says the case centers back to 2011, when Republicans drew the current legislative districts.
You had a situation where the Democrats won a substantial majority of the votes in 2012, but the Republicans won over 60 of the assembly seats.
Those maps decide who represents you at the state capitol. In the case's plaintiffs, like retired UW law professor William Whitford, and Democratic lawmakers argue that some voices aren't being heard as a result.
I certainly think that anybody looking at these districts in the state of Wisconsin, they're clearly gerrymandered.
But Governor Walker and state Republican leaders disagree.
I think the lines are fair when we sign them, and the bottom line is the United States Supreme Court, on a unanimous decision, decided the state of Wisconsin was right in its case.
To be clear, the Supreme Court ruled the plaintiffs didn't show they were personally harmed by the way the political lines were drawn. It did not rule if the way the lines were drawn was right or wrong. Democratic Representative Diane Hasselbein has been trying to get a redistricting bill passed in Wisconsin since 2012.
But I believe that we can change the faces in November with a new election with new people representing them, and we can make redistricting happen for the state of Wisconsin.
But Professor Cannon says gerrymandering is something both sides do in order to get ahead.
And so this is not a Democratic versus Republican thing. It's a majority party versus minority party thing, where whichever party is in power tries to redraw the lines for their partisan advantage.
Professor Cannon says the plaintiffs will likely want to get started right away so that a new court ruling could help Democrats for the 2020 elections.
So we have not heard the end of this yet.
No, definitely not.
All right, Rose, thank you.